Everybody, hey, I'm back, and I figured I'd give you guys an update on my latest project. I'm actually working on a gun cabinet for my brother-in-law. And what's interesting about this project is I'm actually using probably 90% of this project is going to be all reclaimed wood. You can find a lot of wood for free on Craigslist. I got a whole truckload full of wood that came off of over 100-year-old garage that somebody tore down and they wanted to put a new one up. And they basically said, before they get the dumpster over here, if anybody wants it, take as much as you want, and then they're going to get a dumpster over there and haul the rest of it away. So I figured, why not go over there and get some? And it takes some work, I will tell you. Like Norman people, they make it look pretty easy on TV because, of course, they can take out a lot of the work for it. But it's definitely worth it, though. I'll show you what I started with and kind of what I ended up with. I got some pieces already done, and I'll show you kind of where I've been going since then. But this is what I started with. Just some old pieces. Got a lot of old paint, but just flakes right off. So what I ended up doing first is taking, I'll get a better look here at it laying on my table saw. What I ended up doing, as you can see, it's got this was a siding on on that. What I ended up doing was scraping off. I got majority of all the paint off. Wear a dust mask because this old paint is definitely going to have lead in it. So I scraped off. I got, like I said, majority of it off. Took my handheld belt sander and got as much as I could off. Then I ran it through my planer. Got everything down to a certain dimension, which is I can get all this stuff here just under 3/4 of an inch cleaned up. So that's what I did. But as you can see, it don't look like it's worth anything, but a little bit of work. And here's another piece, kind of dark colored. Run it through, and you end up with something. I get that to stay. End up something looks like this. I could probably run it through this one more time to get it. Then you get some nice looking wood to start popping out. You got some real rough edges and stuff from the beams and different 2x4s, but you can see the tongue and groove, that's still on there. But once you run everything through and get it cleaned up and all that good stuff cut off, you end up with some nice looking boards. Real good looking. I'm pretty happy with it. There's a lot of cutting to get all of the good wood, but there's plenty of good wood, and if you can see, there's just all types of character in this wood. Where all the nails were, which are a pain in the butt to get out, but it's well worth it because they leave these nice little dark spots, and it just gives a real nice rustic look, which I figured I've had this wood for over a year now. And my brother-in-law said I asked him if he had a gun cabinet, and he said no, and I was like, that's perfect. I was like, this will look nice and rustic. Gun cabinet, rustic, I think it works out pretty good. Got a couple nice wide pieces here. Started to get little cracks in it. This isn't going to be seen, so I just did a glue up with this here. Used thick super glue and a little accelerator. A couple spots there. Now it's nice and solid. You're not going to see any of this. You're just going to see probably a little bit overhanging. This is going to be the top of my bottom cabinet. It's a two-piece. I'll kind of show you plans of what I'm doing here. So you can see here, this is kind of what I'm, get out the light here for you. This is what I'm kind of building right now. And I've been just working on this bottom cabinet here. As you can see, got all this, and I got just a couple more pieces for the doors. And I'm just going to use a piece of plywood for the bottom here. But everything that is seen is all going to be the same wood. Except for like the plywood on the bottom here. And I'll probably put a plywood on the top. And possibly inside here. Because like I said, I can't get all the paint off completely without bringing it the thickness, like I'm just under 3/4. If I go any further to get it down, I have to go to 5/8. and I figured the inside of the cabinet with a little bit of paint, I'll just paint the inside black. Figured that'd look good, put a real nice finish on the outside, and then of course put the felt where the gun is going to be like laying against it. But so far I got everything cut for the doors. I got the doors here, got everything cut there. These plans, you can find them anywhere on the internet. This one, free plans, just type in free plans for whatever, tons of sites. This is one that I kind of looked at the materials, and I knew I'd have enough for it, so, just Google it and you'll find it. But got all my pieces cut here. Everything looks nice. You can see this is going to be the inside painted. This was on the outside of the shed. I got some real nice looking wood for the inside, or the outside, excuse me. And here's my stiles and rails for the cabinet for the front face. I got my part of my doors here, and let's see here. See, I got my doors, my centerpiece, stiles and rails. And I glued up some panels here, which are going to be my sides. Glued these up. Looks nice. It's going to turn out pretty good. And like I said, it's got all them those dark spots for where all the metal is going through, all the nails and everything. And it's just going to give it just a great look, I think, when it's all finished. But these are 5 pieces I glued together. Got everything has still got the glue on there. I haven't sanded them. I just glued these up a little this morning, and I've been working on everything else. I got my sides of my legs here, and my front panel here, right here. So, of course, that's going to go like that. And you got your 2 sides, mitered, of course, 45. It's going to kind of sit like that. So far, so good. This pattern, what I ended up doing is kind of went off the drawing and took a piece of, what do you call that stuff? Basically that white cardboard, like drawing paper, whatever you get at any craft store. Drew some up on there in my pattern, made a half piece, flipped it, and then I just sanded it with a belt sander, or a drum sander. But everything's turning out pretty good. Like I said, this piece here will go on there, 45 that, and those sides are going to go right here, and that's going to go on the outside. But all in all, everything's coming together pretty good. I'll post another video as soon as I get this bottom done and show you the progress. But I figured I'd give you guys a little update. This is my newest thing I'm working on. So thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you in my next video.